This is a sad one for me.
I know you got, I think for everyone.
I mean, for everyone, because you've helped all of us so much, man, with your platform.
I'm sure there will be a lot of people watching this video who do not know me, who are new to this channel, and are just checking in based on recent occurrences.
Do you dare to independently destroy a million-view empire, along with an arsenal worth $15 million, right while standing at the pinnacle of fame? That is what Matt Carriker did, plunging the entire internet community into extreme confusion. While every other YouTuber struggled to retain the algorithm, the king of firepower chose to permanently close down. Still behind the veneer of a peaceful farewell behind-the-scenes documents, expose a completely different dark corner. That was a heavy blow from strict censorship policies and shocking political events in America that caused the billion-view brand to be trampled. Today, let us together unveil the truth behind the end of Demolition Ranch. In 2011, in a suburb in the state of Texas, Matt Carriker, who was then a veterinary medical student at Texas A&M University, launched a personal video project right from moments outside of studying hours.
We're at Demolition Ranch today. This is a Glock 20C. It's the compensated version of the Glock 20, which shoots the powerful 10mm cartridge.
Without backing from large media production units or initial commercial investment capital, the sole facility serving the very first footage pieces was his family's backyard, along with common recording devices. The initial orientation of the project focused on mechanical experiments, combined with ammunition exploiting public curiosity regarding the destructive power of weapons under practical conditions. In 2012, after officially receiving his Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree, Matt Carriker faced a choice between practicing traditional medical work and pursuing the burgeoning online platform. The decision to maintain both fields shaped his career structure. The Demolition Ranch channel officially stepped into a scale expansion phase as experiments increasingly shifted from ordinary household objects to industrial materials, old cars, and reinforced concrete blocks. According to analysis from the specialized site Forbes, the channel's operating model relied on exploiting the element of empirical science combined with a natural expression style completely different compared to traditional cable television programs. Discussing this period, Matt Carriker once emphasized that the initial direction stemmed from the demand for practical experience sharing with the public through the affirmation, "I just do whatever I feel is fun and am curious to know what will happen." The combination of visual entertainment and a rustic demeanor created a unique attraction toward the international network community. Stepping into 2013 production scale demanded the professionalization of the logistics structure. To meet the demand for testing heavy-duty military weapons, armor-piercing bullets, and controlled explosives, the team expanded the testing space into an independent specialized area in Texas. The increase in production costs from these tests was directly compensated through explosive interaction volume on the YouTube platform, pushing the channel's subscriber volume past the milestone of millions of accounts in just a few short years. Parallel to the weapons testing content, the media ecosystem built by Matt began to diversify operational fields aimed at optimizing social influence. 2014 marked the birth of the sub-channel Vet Ranch, focusing on rescue surgery and recovery work for severely injured animals or those standing before the risk of destruction. This initiative not only leveraged Matt's mainstream medical expertise, but also redirected a portion of revenue from online advertising activities toward animal protection charity funds, creating a positive spreading effect within the audience community.
Welcome to Vet Ranch. I'm Dr. Matt. It's good to see you guys here. And it's good to see this boy here. This guy, his name, well, we just now named him about 3 seconds ago.
Expansion continued taking place in 2015 with the establishment of the lifestyle vlogger channel Off the Ranch, providing a behind-the-scenes look into family life infrastructure construction processes and production logistics. The accompanying e-commerce business model was also deployed through providing fashion product lines and camping equipment, carrying a private brand, creating an independent revenue source outside of the video distribution platform. 2 years after that witnessed the first growth peak of this ecosystem. The main channel's subscriber volume reached a record high level, bringing Demolition Ranch to become one of the most influential specialized content channels in the North American region. Still behind the halo of that scale expansion lies a fierce reality. When viewer counts and production budgets ballooned, the entire system began to be swept into the vortex of extreme pressure regarding occupational safety, legal control, and the pressure of maintaining continuous publication frequency before rigorous requirements from digital distribution algorithms. Digital operating machine. Entering the early 2020s, the expansive ecosystem orbiting Matt Carriker transcended the traditional boundaries of a standard online entertainment channel. It underwent a profound evolution, transforming into a compact and powerful multinational media and commerce corporation. This dizzying ascent in follower numbers and global reach necessitated a radical, comprehensive restructuring of the underlying logistics and operational frameworks. To successfully accommodate the massive surging demand for product distribution from a loyal global fan base, Matt meticulously established and scaled the operations of his e-commerce powerhouse, Bunker Branding. The previous modest shipping methods became obsolete, replaced by a sophisticated, upgraded operational headquarters. This facility transitioned into a high-capacity specialized warehouse staffed by dozens of dedicated personnel, responsible for intricate product design, large-scale manufacturing, and efficient packaging. The transition turned his personal brand into a robust, independent revenue engine, capable of generating millions of dollars annually, marking a significant milestone in his professional career. This rapid commercial expansion brought an accompanying wave of extreme compounding pressure regarding his creative content. During this intense period, the experimental tests conducted at Demolition Ranch moved far beyond the scope of ordinary household objects or mid-sized vehicles. Each new episode demanded a production budget pushed to unprecedented astronomical levels. These segments featured massive military armored vehicles, intricate simulated helicopters, formidable reinforced concrete structures, and substantial quantities of industrial-grade explosives, all strictly monitored and controlled by a team of highly skilled technical experts. The relentless nature of YouTube's distribution algorithm began to constrict the creative flexibility of the production team. The constant gnawing requirement to outperform their own previous milestones, coupled with the need to craft ever larger visual shocks to maintain viewer engagement, effectively turned the entire production cycle into a perpetual, unstopping machine. In a comprehensive, in-depth analysis documented by the specialized outlet Business Insider, digital media economic experts noted that creators functioning at Matt's immense scale frequently found themselves trapped in a prolonged vortex of psychological stress. Every intimate aspect of his private life became entangled within this dense, unforgiving video production rotation. Matt himself openly acknowledged the gravity of this burden during a public share. When the channel grows to a certain scale, your life begins to be dominated by numbers and unforgiving publication schedules. The constant overlap between his 3 primary media channels, Demolition Ranch, Off the Ranch, and Vet Ranch, created a colossal, near-impossible workload for the entire staff. Every single week, Matt struggled to perfectly balance the time required to execute dangerous, high-stakes scenes that demanded absolute precision and technical safety, while simultaneously managing delicate emotional animal rescue operations at his veterinary clinic and supervising the complex global e-commerce supply chain. Sustaining this punishing pace required ironclad discipline, while it simultaneously eroded the founder's physical endurance and precious personal time. This specific time frame witnessed a marked, unavoidable increase in operational insurance costs, weapons safety licensing fees, and major infrastructure investments meant to ensure full compliance with the increasingly stringent censorship standards mandated by federal regulatory agencies in Texas. Matt Carriker began to encounter the core dilemma of life balance as the time allotted for his family shrank drastically. These internal struggles and ruminations were still forming when a far more volatile external challenge prepared to erupt. The harsh, sudden shifts in the rule sets governing online censorship began to sound urgent, deafening warning bells. This signaled the beginning of a stormy phase that directly threatened the continued survival of his entire content distribution system. Platform Policy Storm. The storm of changes from the operating policies of online video distribution platforms began sweeping through in mid-2024, creating a harsh turning point for content creators in the fields of weapons and military mechanics. YouTube officially tightened community standards, applying stricter censorship terms regarding content related to firearms, heavy-duty military equipment, and explosive material tests. Viewer age restriction mechanisms were thoroughly automated, while commercial redirection links related to firearm equipment, buying and selling activities were strictly controlled in order to comply with the new legal framework of the global digital technology industry. For a specialized channel built entirely based on large-scale firepower tests, like Demolition Ranch, these changes were not merely a few minor technical adjustments, but resembled a red alert regarding the survival of the content distribution model. The usage of assault rifle lines, automatic machine guns, and industrial explosions, which used to be brand identities, suddenly became the focal point of automated censorship filters. These restrictions directly reduced the capability to reach mass audiences, causing newly published videos to fail to maintain the natural spread amplitude like the previous golden age, while simultaneously dimming the attraction of experiments that once broke social media interaction volumes. Independent statistical data clearly reflected this decline across every quarter in 2024. According to digital media market analysis reports compiled by the site The Verge, the channel's monthly viewership dropped severely from a peak of about 18 million views per month in 2022 down to only about 8 million views by the end of 2024. The drop of more than half in traffic within a short period created a difficult financial problem for an operating system requiring extremely large production costs, from maintaining facilities to insurance expenses and technical personnel. Matt Carriker did not hide this difficult reality before the longtime follower community. In public exchange messages with audiences, he frankly addressed the disadvantages caused by the new censorship filters, acknowledging that age-limiting measures and interaction tightening severely affected the channel's publishing performance, with the clear observation that this impacts us severely. Platform pressure did not stop at view count metrics, but directly threatened the accompanying e-commerce supply chain. Links leading to related products being restricted or attached with warning labels caused auxiliary revenue from personal brand retail activities to suffer significant damage. The blows from the algorithm and the decline in e-commerce revenue had already pushed Demolition Ranch into a dilemma, and that was merely the first underground wave. Amidst the system straining to cope with external pressures and seeking ways to preserve its legacy, a shocking historical event related to national security unexpectedly erupted, dragging along the fiercest media crisis, pushing this entire empire into the spotlight of global public scrutiny. Major media crisis. In July 2024, amidst distribution algorithm difficulties that had not had time to subside, the Demolition Ranch media ecosystem faced an unprecedented media crisis in its operational history. The shocking political security incident in America, related to former President Donald Trump, unexpectedly dragged this media channel into the center of international public opinion in the most negative way beyond the production team's imagination. According to news broadcasts emitted from the Reuters news agency, the perpetrator of the attack at the rally was discovered wearing a T-shirt bearing the Demolition Ranch brand at the time of the event. The image of the shirt immediately spread across global mass media, turning an entertainment channel specialized in firepower mechanics into a topic of discussion for federal investigative agencies and the public everywhere. This reluctant connection created a powerful shockwave against the personal brand that Matt Carriker had painstakingly built throughout more than a decade of serious labor. From an entertainment space bearing scientific experimentation and family interaction qualities, the name Demolition Ranch suddenly became placed under the harsh scrutiny lens of broad political violence and social security issues. For an independently operating content creator, getting swept into such a sensitive historical incident created extremely heavy psychological pressure for both the family and the staff team. All commercial imagery, long-term sponsor partners, and the follower community fell into a state of confusion under pressure from mainstream media. Facing pressure from multidimensional information streams and intense attention from international press, Matt Carriker was forced to have an official response move aimed at clarifying the stance of himself and the production team. In the response video published right afterward on the platform, Matt expressed deep shock and completely denied any connection between his individual self, the channel content, and the attacker's behavior. He emphasized the objective reality that the product appearing on the suspect's person was simply a fashion commercial item sold publicly online to any customer in need. Sharing about this fully unexpected event, Matt expressed a clear viewpoint before the community that is an event completely out of control and unexpected. They simply bought a shirt online and unfortunately wore it on that day. Matt's decisive reaction to separate the brand from political violence somewhat soothed the majority of the loyal fan community, and the aftermath from the event still left deep scars on the channel's operational structure. Realizing that a million-view empire could completely be distorted and swept into out-of-control vortices, Matt Carriker stood before a fateful crossroads. Instead of continuing to strain himself to cope with external pressures, he decided to execute the most unexpected move of his career, single-handedly terminating everything while standing at the peak of fame to seek complete peace beside his family. Stopping at the peak. On January 28, 2025, Matt Carriker uploaded an official video announcing the complete termination of Demolition Ranch's operations and proceeding to put up for sale the entire large studio real estate in Texas. This decision put an end mark to a 14-year era of one of the most influential military and mechanical entertainment content channels on the digital platform. The core reason leading to the dissolution decision did not stem from financial exhaustion or pressure forcing a departure, but stemmed from a deep awakening regarding the value of time and family. Looking back at the past journey, Matt realized himself had completed all the biggest goals ever set out in his online content creation career. At the same time, the change in life perspective appeared when he observed the day-by-day growth of the young children in the family. In the emotional farewell message published on the platform, Matt opened up about the grim trade-off of fame, sharing clearly that, "I do not want to look back in the future and realize that I traded my children's childhood just to exchange for more content videos." The climax of the retreat process was materialized through two final farewell videos released simultaneously on March 30th. One video carried a quiet, nostalgic nuance posted on the Lifestyle channel, capturing the moment Matt sat quietly amidst the falling rain at the Texas estate to open up about his career journey. The remaining video was executed on the main channel, recreating the final large-scale firepower tests with explosive blocks and armored vehicles closing the 14-year journey with a grandiose performance true to Demolition Ranch style. This coordination did not carry the meaning of a surrender in failure, but was a celebration closing the glorious path completely. To completely extinguish speculations about a future comeback, Matt Carriker proceeded with a highly symbolic step when bringing the large recording real estate property, famous under the name Desperado Resort, onto the commercial real estate trading floor with a positioning price up to $15 million. Selling the stage, where thousands of million-view footages were produced, demonstrated absolute steadfastness in the decision to completely leave media glory. Even so, before completely closing the system, he still demonstrated a high sense of responsibility by continuing to maintain production operations during the subsequent 2 months, to finalize all previously signed sponsorship contracts and commercial commitments. The reaction from the viewer community and media professionals carried a nuance of special respect and recognition. Different from many scandalous farewells of other major content creators, Matt Carriker's retreat was evaluated as a model regarding professionalism and transparency. Supportive comments from all over the world sent gratitude for the years of entertainment that he brought while praising the courage of the man daring to place family above the temptation of monetization algorithms. Closing his legacy in the final message sent to the generation of young content creators, Matt affirmed that platform saturation is never a barrier for those who truly begin opening the door for potential successors in the future. From a backyard corner in Texas up to the empire of 11 million followers, the 14-year journey of Demolition Ranch closed not because of failure or collapse before incidents, but by a fully sober choice of the leader. Matt Carriker proved that when standing at the peak of fame, the most precious asset is not statistical numbers or thunderous explosions, but complete time dedicated to family and loved ones. That courageous retreat left a complete legacy, a valuable lesson regarding the boundary between digital glory and the real values of life. If you feel impressed by the story of this emotional journey, do not hesitate to hit the like button, share the video to spread the meaningful message to the community, and remember to subscribe to the channel so as not to miss subsequent in-depth analyses. Thank you for your attention and tracking, and see you again in subsequent footage.